Good morning. Good morning, Liz.
Good morning.
All right. I think we have everyone that VP'd, and I'll continue to admit people, but welcome everyone for our quarterly meeting of the year. It's really exciting to have you all back, and we're really looking forward to talking about what's coming up for 2022. Things are leaping everywhere. So my name is Karina Dixon, and I am the lead for the Northern Partners for WinWin, and I'm with the Royal Alex. And we have another one of my team members who is joining us on our WinWin committee, and that is Zara Mauji. If you want to say hello, Zara. Perfect, and I'll throw it over to you, Grace.
Hi, everyone. I'm Grace, and I am with Calgary Health Foundation, so I support the Southern Foundations. So anyone south of Red Deer, I'm your person if you have any questions about WinWin, and I'm happy to, be kicking off another year of WinWin. I think we have a really exciting year ahead with some new exciting prizes and everything. So really looking forward to what we can accomplish together this year.
And today's session is being recorded, so we will share that afterwards, just so everyone is aware. So if you miss a note or something, this will be available for everyone as a resource. So we will just jump right into it. So we sent around the agenda and the sales notes earlier, yesterday, I believe. So we want to talk about our upcoming draws. So coming up, we have our early bird draw, which is in March. The deadlines for that are coming up actually relatively quickly. So for the early bird draw, the opt-in deadline, so that's for payroll deductions, they have to be opted in by March 9th in order to be eligible for that $100,000 early bird prize. And then the credit card sales, that deadline is March 31st. So the draw will be taking place April 14th, 2022, which it seems crazy we're planning that far ahead already. And we also do have our February regular monthly draw happening on March 10th. So those are kind of the big draws coming up. And then also with our quarterly cash. So that is our new 50-50. So our first quarterly cash draw is actually happening also on April 14th. So the deadline, the sales deadline is March 31st for those credit card sales, and then March 9th again for those opt-ins. So those are two big draws coming up. And then with I believe most of you would have received the email yesterday, but our quarterly cash jackpot for the first quarter, which is our first draw of the year, is just over $300,000. So the winning person will get 50% of that, and then the other 50% will be distributed pro rata, but I will actually leave that to Grace to explain because she is far more knowledgeable on that one than I.
No, all good. This is some exciting stuff. So I thought it might be helpful to just bring it up on our screen here and show you kind of what the employees experience when they are enrolling in the lottery. I'm actually just on the site now, and it looks like the current jackpot has raised there, Lori, to a little bit higher. So it looks like the current jackpot has been even higher than the last email that went out, and it looks like it's at 677,000. Is that accurate, Lori?
Yeah, so that's based on the enrollment so far. If they stay in for the first 6 pay periods, that's what we're looking at.
Excellent. So I know this is a bit of a new piece to the WinWin lottery, and I know we just wanted to really answer a lot of questions today and provide a good solid overview first of what's going on. If you've been with us since the beginning, you'll know that the WinWin staff lottery in the very, very beginning, the first year, it was a 50-50 lottery. That model did change. So our typical WinWin staff lottery became more of a monthly prize draw. And as you've seen over the years, we've grown those prizes. So we have some special prizes kind of quarterly. We have those early bird prizes that kind of stuff. And that has remained over through this lottery as well. But what we heard through our surveys that we were sending out to staff across all of AHS is that they really wanted increased chances to win. And they also wanted chances to win bigger prizes. So this year, understanding that and also seeing appetite for the lottery to grow from staff, we are trying something new and introducing an actual 50-50. So our WinWin staff lottery is still the same. We still have the payroll enrollment from all staff members. That is still an option. We still have the option for individuals to also purchase one-time credit card purchases. So the method of purchase remains the same. What also remains the same is the monthly prizes. And what's new, as what has always been new, is those new prizes every year in the WinWin staff lottery. So we have some $500 prizes this year. We have our calendar draws, and we still have super draws as well, which is 100 winners of $1,000. So we're excited to keep offering those prizes. Now, this quarterly cash 50-50 is an actual separate lottery, but we're really, so technically it's a separate lottery, but we're really just looping it into the WinWin staff lottery brand, essentially. So the way that individuals can purchase, the best way is for them to purchase a bundled ticket package. And that's what we really highlight when staff do go to the website to enroll. So you'll see here, let me pull it up and share my screen. So you'll see here that just on this is the home page of the lottery. Am I sharing the right screen? Okay, perfect. Sorry, I don't see my green line that I typically do. Okay, so we have the WinWin lottery. You go enroll now. And this is the staff payroll. So the first thing that they see when they log in is a ticket bundle. So this is combining both our classic WinWin lottery with those prizes that everyone is used to, those monthly prizes, as well as entering them into the 50-50 draw, which happens quarterly. So through this ticket bundle, you'll be able to see the two different options that you have here. Being the classic tickets for your WinWin lottery, as well as your 50-50 tickets. So it's the same as, you know, kind of a bigger lottery, you know, those large lotteries that aren't staff lotteries, where you can do a ticket bundle package. It's also modeled after hospital home lotteries. So, you know, some of the larger foundations in the province have hospital home lotteries, which do well because of ticket packages. And you really see people come in at a higher ticket package, which means more money for the foundations. So this is kind of what we're trying this year. You'll see, you know, you still have an opportunity to have a low ticket package as well, with $10 for each draw. If you scroll down, you also have the choice, of course, to only participate in the classic WinWin lottery or only purchase tickets for the 50-50. We're really trying to encourage the bundle though, so they're entered into both, which really just maximizes their chances to win and also maximizes the revenue that foundations will ultimately receive. So with that, I just wanted to highlight again how the proceeds are distributed through WinWin. So as I think most of us understand, through the classic WinWin staff lottery, employees have the opportunity to select the facility that they want to support as soon as they enroll in the lottery. That is the same for both the WinWin lottery and this additional 50-50 opportunity this year. So just want to clarify here that in the 50-50 lottery, if, you know, let's say I support Foothills Medical Center in Calgary and I am the winner of the 50-50, that does not mean that the Foothills Hospital or Calgary Health Foundation receives the other 50, you know, the bucket of the 50. It is still distributed. So the proceeds are still distributed at a pro rata percentage across all foundations. So nothing has changed in terms of how foundations receive funds through this lottery. It is still dispersed as per how many subscribers you have for your foundation. I know that was a lot of information and I probably didn't do it as clearly as I should have, but I hope I covered kind of everything at a high level. Does anyone have any questions? That might be a great way to understand if there's any confusion. No? Okay.
I just have one,
Sure.
Grace.
Yeah.
When do the proceeds, the number of dollars get distributed? Is that quarterly as well?
No, so it will be the same as the normal WinWin staff lottery. So at the end of the year, we will take the proceeds from both lotteries. We will, we'll have paid all the winners their prizes. We deduct expenses. So like, for example, Stride Management, who's our excellent partner in this lottery, we make sure we pay all our expenses. And then at the end, we use that pro rata distribution to divide the proceeds. So next year, you'll receive the proceeds for both the WinWin staff lottery and the 50-50 at the same time. So, we're getting close here. We just reconciled the 2021 lottery. So I personally haven't yet sent out the Southern Partners Foundations. I think Karina may have already sent out the forms required for the North. So I will be doing that shortly. But in these forms, we just require back the AGLC form and your electronic fund or your EFT information. So a blank check. And then we'll be able to distribute the funds from there. So probably we're aiming for, beginning of March, I think, to facilitate that transfer. As soon as we have all of the required documentation back from foundations, we'll be sending the funds out. So it will be in the same timeline next year. So probably March of 2023, you'll receive the proceeds from the 2022 lottery.
Hi, I am an employee as well. An unpaid volunteer is my association with my foundation. So I just pulled up my ticket. So just for clarification, in case I get asked. So I have the official lottery ticket, and then for the 50-50, it's got a quarterly cash 50-50 lottery, 222 draws. So does that ticket put me in all of the 50-50 draws for the entire year?
It puts you in the first quarter's draw. So
only so then after the first quarter, I need to continue to purchase the 50-50 tickets.
Yes, if you would like to be in every 50-50 draw, so there'll be 4 of them this year, then keep your purchases of the 50-50 for each quarter.
Okay, thank you. Because I didn't realize that. I thought that 50-50 ticket was good for the year. So that's great to know.
Absolutely. And Felicia, I see your question there. So the pro rata distribution works based on subscribers. So the more, so when an employee enrolls in the lottery, they have the option to select a site to support. So under your foundation, you'll have, maybe you just have the Stollery Children's Hospital. So if there's 100 subscribers or there's 1,000 subscribers to that facility, that changes your revenue, pardon me. So the more subscribers that you have supporting your facility, the more proceeds that your foundation receives. Yeah, Tara, sorry, I know our site's a little bit up and down today. So we were just in the process of changing over the website from .com to .ca. It's just a little bit of a technical background piece we have to navigate as we switch lotteries. So the 2021 site was on one domain and we just had to switch that over. So I apologize for the frustration there.
Sorry, I just wanted to clarify with that comment about buying the one-time ticket purchases. So the button is there. So just maybe seeking some clarity of, was it hard to find the button, or what was the confusion with the buy tickets button?
So I just scrolled right to the bottom and I had to almost pretend I was a staff member to purchase for a senior who likes to purchase. I've convinced her to buy ours instead of $6.49 because the chances are better and money stays at home. So proceeds come here. Like, where's the rest of the $6.49 go? I always wonder. So yeah, it was just really hard to find. And I know that this is set up as a staff lottery, but even when I was trying to navigate it back in January, like just the changeover, if I can't navigate it and I'm a little more creative at solutions, how is any public member going to navigate it, especially seniors? We have a ton of seniors in our town. If I could convince them to purchase and have a give back, that would be amazing in my mind. And I get it's a staff lotto, but I also would love to maximize that opportunity.
Okay, sorry, you said you had to scroll down to the bottom. You didn't, because there's a link at the top that says get tickets.
No, there was not this morning.
Okay,
Thank you for that. We'll take that back and see how we can improve that site so it is a little bit more streamlined, because I know a lot of the smaller communities do rely on those one-time ticket purchases, and we want to make it as smooth as possible. So we appreciate that, and we'll let everyone know when we're able to make those updates, so you can take a look. And again, if there's any feedback on our website from your perspective or from any of your participants' perspective, please share it with us. We can't fix what we don't know, so we appreciate any and all feedback on that. And now, was there any, I think, Lori, you were going to discuss the player profiles and the subscription updates. So over to you.
sure. So our team has been working hard on creating a player profile, which is going to be very helpful to those people that are enrolled in the deductions. They'll be able to self-manage, change their ticket packages, update their contact information, opt out at any time. We hope they don't, but they can do that self-serve through their own profile. They'll be able to see their past deductions. I know a lot of people don't necessarily check their pay stubs, and we still get questions about, am I enrolled, am I not enrolled? So they'll be able to see their current deductions, what their upcoming deductions are, and what their previous deductions are as well. So this is helpful for both our customer service department as well as the employees, so that they can go in real time, make those updates. Because I know a lot of times, even if there's a address update, a phone update, they go through the AHS channels, but that information isn't necessarily relayed to us. So we'll be able to have the most current information for them. And we're hoping to have that actually rolled out the beginning of March, the first week of March. And how it'll work is people, once they're enrolled and their ID has been validated, they will then get an email saying, thank you for your enrollment. You can now set up your player profile. And then as we roll into future years as well, it's going to be more streamlined for them to re-enroll for the next year. They'll just be able to click a button and say, yep, I'm still in, keep me in for the next year. So again, once that's rolled out as well, we're hoping to get some really good feedback from employees as well. And as for the subscriptions, we are working on that as well. So where that comes into play is for the one-time credit card purchases. So we want to offer the ability for people to sign up so that they can regularly get their purchases without having to go in every quarter for the quarterly cash, or monthly for the WinWin staff lottery tickets. So we're hoping to have that also in March, and so you can promote that to contract staff, physicians, volunteers, those people that still want to play, but don't necessarily have the ability to have payroll deductions. Anybody have any questions on those?
All right, thanks, Lori. Yeah, so we'll keep everyone in the loop as those new opportunities come up with the player profiles and the subscriptions, because they are really exciting and will really help us improve our relationships with our players, and then also give more opportunities for individuals to play. So one thing that we're looking to start to do is to add impact statements to our emails that we send out. And so we're actually hoping that everyone here would be willing to help us out. We'll be sending a link out after, but we are looking for an impact statement that's just 1 to 2 sentences of how your foundation uses the proceeds, what WinWin has meant for your facility. If there's a highlight, a staff winner, if there's a really great story there, so we can start adding those to our emails so that we can have that little bit more of a personal touch when we're sending out the reminders to opt in or to play. So that way people get more excited, because I think a lot of us, even with the 649 example, no one knows where the other money goes. And so it's really great that we have this ability to share the impact of WinWin. I know at our site at the Royal Alex, a lot of this revenue funds our patient and provider experience office. And that is something that we've utilized through COVID as they help with the staff mental health and making sure that they feel supported when they're working in the units. So that's my example of an impact statement. So if it would be great if everyone can send us one, but we will be sending a Google form. So then that way that's just a one-stop shop where you can send that through, and then we'll be highlighting different foundations and facilities throughout the year and going forward to celebrate everything that WinWin brings to our province as a lottery. And yeah, so, and also if you have more than one impact statement, we are okay with multiples. The more the merrier for us, because that just means we have more opportunity to celebrate everything that all of us together have done. So that is coming soon. We will be sending it probably in the next week or so to get that impact from everyone. So I appreciate that.
Okay.
Could you give us an example of what a sort of appropriate impact statement so that we're aligned?
Yeah, so it could be something as simple as WinWin Lottery helped us to purchase this PET CT scanner, or it could be it's been able to fund this program that has enabled patients to be served quicker, or it could be from a staff perspective of it's been able to fund a program that is creating more staff relaxation zones or something along those lines. Or if you have a really cool winner story of someone won $100,000 and that allowed them to buy a house. I don't know, something fun and cool like that, but really lighthearted and that really positive note, because we all know how much WinWin does for our hospitals and our facilities, that we like to shout it from the rooftops a little bit more.
And does that come to you or to Grace, or?
Sending out a Google form, Liz. So you'll be able to put in the information, and I haven't made it yet, to be honest. So we'll be creating that form shortly and sending it out probably this week. But we're hoping to also include a spot for a photo. So if you're, highlighting a past winner, or you're highlighting a piece of equipment that was purchased, we can see if it works. We won't always necessarily be able to use it in our emails, but it's great to have in case it does, fit how we're highlighting it.
Thank you.
Of course. Perfect. So moving on to the toolkit. So I know there's been some confusion recently about the toolkit link. So we'll be resending out the link and the password information after this meeting again. But, just a reminder that there are assets in there to help you make some personalized marketing tools for your facility. You know what works best, what doesn't work. So there's probably some pieces in there that you won't use necessarily, not all of it will make sense for every foundation, but it's a great place to look and, create some personalized emails for your sites or posters, that kind of thing. So just a reminder that is there.
Sorry, Grace, just a reminder that we're always looking for ideas and feedback of more items that can be put into the toolkit that may be helpful towards foundations of all sizes. So like you mentioned, some things may work for larger foundations and not necessarily for smaller ones, but we're always open to that feedback, and we have the ability to add a ton of stuff in there. So whatever, no idea is off the table.
Thank you. And I kind of to wrap us all up, because we've become very efficient at these meetings. So 30 minutes is, I think, our sweet spot. But as we alluded to earlier, it is distribution time. So I know a handful of our northern partners have received the forms, and Grace will be reaching out to our southern partners, but we have now reconciled our lottery year for 2021, and we're ready to share the wealth. So those will be happening. The goal is to get everything transferred before the year end, which is March 31st for us. And so if you have not received any information from either, I think Huling or Jonathan sent out a little FYI a few weeks ago or a few days ago. It's really hard to keep a calendar in my head right now, I'm not gonna lie. But they have reached out letting you know what steps are going to be happening. So the change in this year is that we are not sending out checks, or trying our best not to send out checks. So we will be requesting information to do electronic fund transfers for the disbursements. We found that this has been a lot easier, especially with COVID and not everyone being in the office and people not being able to check their mail at the site. So it will be done through EFT. If your organization does not have that capability, please let Jonathan or Huling know, so then that way they can write a check and get it to you in that manner. But we are trying our best to do it all electronically to make it smooth sailing for everyone. So that you'll be receiving a lot of information over the next few weeks on how that's all going to be happening, but you will be seeing it relatively soon. So that's the kind of the information on the disbursements. And if you have any questions on what that looks like for your organization, feel free to reach out to Grace or I, and we're happy to help you out. And is there any questions on that side?
Hi, it's Lori Melnick. I just have a question. I'm trying to find this site on my computer, and I come up with Covenant Health Foundation, but I haven't found, I think, ours.
Are you looking for your facility or your foundation on the WinWin site, Lori?
No, I'm just looking for the general WinWin to buy a ticket.
Okay, I will put the link in the chat box so then everyone can have it. So just 1 second.
Okay, I thought it would be easier to search than it was. They kept putting me to Ontario, and it looks like Covenant Health has a very similar WinWin. That's easy to find, but
I think they just celebrate our WinWin on their website. So that probably is that little bit of confusion. I did put the link in the chat, and it's winwinstafflottery.ca.
okay. And I did ask about advertising, but we can't do that. I wondered if everybody else knew that.
The advertising.
Like, we had the idea to put it in our local newspaper that if people wanted to buy tickets in support of the hospital foundation, that would help our receipts and our participants, but they said we can't do that. Only word of mouth.
Okay, I'll get back to you on that one, Lori, because I think there might be some confusion there. So I will give you a call after this and we can go through that. And because we do promote, we would like everyone to be able to promote this in the best channels possible for them. So I'll definitely give you a call, so then that way I can sort out any confusion there.
Okay, thanks.
Felicia.
Hey, Karina, will we still be receiving those lottery proceeds forms that detail our distribution amounts?
Yeah, so we'll send that out along with, we do that every year. So especially for those people who have multiple facilities, where we detail out how many subscribers and how much of the proceeds will go to each facility. So we will be sending that out via email this year. I believe we did an email last year as well, but we'll be sharing that.
Okay. Just with the EFT money, it usually just goes straight to finance. So we actually, I wouldn't get to view it, and I'm just worried it might be missed unless something is sent directly to me detailing how much we receive.
Yeah, absolutely, because they will have to follow the AGLC rules on where they deposit it to. It will have to go into the gaming funds, but every foundation will get that letter stating where the distribution should be going and where they're allocated to. So it makes it hopefully a little easier for all of our finance teams. Any other questions? All righty.
Have any questions, any concerns? If you're new to the lottery, I'm sure we'd be happy to meet one-on-one with you as well and kind of provide an overview of what's going on. I know I've had a couple new individuals in the South who have some questions, so it's been great to meet and chat about them about the lottery in detail because I know it can be confusing. So just let us know if there's anything you need clarified or if you have any ideas for us as well. We're always open to new ideas.
Thanks so much for everything you guys do. I'm from Alberta Cancer Foundation. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, Nicole. And it's always a pleasure to see all of you. And we will be seeing you soon at the next quarterly meeting, and we'll have more fun updates for everyone. So thank you so much. And I hope you have a fantastic rest.
Bye, everyone.